Good day, guys. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing good. So there's a thing that I feel that I need to explain to you, right? About this thing of entitlement. You know, this is probably one thing that paralyzes potential. Entitlement is one thing that kills more dreams than anything. One of the things that kills more dreams than anything. The fact that the world owes you something, the government owes you something, people owe you something because you've experienced some kind of misfortune, because you are you, or because you grew up without a father, you grew up without a mother. No, life has thrown you some unfair punches. And what tends to happen with these adults is that they go and they grow up, and when they grow up, they never like taking responsibility, right? Everybody's to blame for them, right? The company is to blame for them being retrenched. It's never about them, right? No, the government is to blame for them not earning their worth. No, the government, or no, it's my friend. No, it's the neighbors. No, it's the circumstances of life that are very unfair. If there's one thing if there's one kind of person that find very hard to work with, is a person who feels that they're entitled to something, that the world owes them a living, a world owes them a fortune, right? And it's one thing that actually, as I said, it paralyzes dreams, it kills potential. Entitlement is one of the things that destroy careers. The fact that you think that you could do whatever you want because somebody else will cover your back, somebody else will do what has to be done. You don't have to do the work because someone has to do it for you, right? And people grow up, feeling that they're entitled to free things because they've got nothing. They're entitled to free houses, they're entitled to free education, they're entitled to free what. And the thing is, in life as a whole, there's just nothing for free. Life is a give and take. The laws of life are built on sowing and reaping. You sow something so that you could reap what you desire. You sow something so that you could reap what you desire. You sow again, you reap what you desire. Right? And the funny thing is, you don't just reap what you sow, you reap more than what you sow. Right? It's the law of life. That's just how life works. A lot of people want things to be given to them. They want handouts. They want things because they are black. They want things because they are born from misfortune and all of that. This is one of the things that my father told me at a very young age. Age 11, I came to my old man and I said, "Listen, dude, can you please give me 20 rand?" And my father asked me why. And I said, "No, because I'm your son." Then he said, "What does that have to do with me giving you 20 rand?" "No, because I'm your firstborn." Then he said, "No, I don't owe you nothing, right? I brought you in this world. What I need to do for you is to make sure that I feed you, I clothe you, I get you educated, I equip you for life. Otherwise, I don't owe you anything, right? It is my responsibility to you to be a father to you. However, my money is my money. So I need to teach you to build your money, teach you to create your own wealth. You need to go out there and do this thing for yourself. There's a difference between what's mine and what's yours. It's not ours because I'm your father. You need to go and build your own wealth. You need to go and create your own path for your financial freedom." I was 11 years old, asking for 20 rand. You know what happens? A lot of adults at that age, they give children 5 rand, yet the child does not even know how to make a rand. It's a 5 rand lunch every day. It's a 10 rand lunch every day. They don't know how to make a rand. They don't know where the 10 rand comes from, right? And that's one of the first things where parents actually teach children and prepare them for them to feel entitled to things that they've not worked hard for. You're getting a 10 rand every day for lunch, you don't know where it comes from, right? A child takes a 40 rand for lunch in school, they don't know where it comes from. They don't know the value of money. I was taught the value of money at a very young age. And so one of the lessons were, if you want, out of my 5 kids, he asked me, out of my 4 kids actually, what makes you think that you, out of all 4 of them, you deserve 20 rand? Why you? Why should I give you and not give the rest? And then he said to me, if you want money from me, you need to do something different. Do something the other 3 have not done for me to give you 20 bucks. You need to do something that that is of value. Do something worth paying for the kind of money you want. Right? So I would then wash his car for him to pay me 20 rand. I'd wash his car for him to pay me 20 rand. And that was the first thing I learned. It's that if I want more money, I need to give a service of equivalent value. But guess what? A lot of people were never taught that, right? Because they grew up imali inigwa in a silver platter. They don't know where it comes from. They don't know how to create it. Listen, wealth or money gotten by vanity, iphuma ngola hlobo ifike ngalo. Why? Because lo mntu ufumeneyo akayazi ivelaphi. They don't know the value of the rand. Teach your children the value of a rand. Teach your children the value of service for them to get the kind of money they want. Today we find people who become adults who burn people's cars. They go on strike and they burn people's cars, they burn the roads, they burn infrastructure in the very same places they stay in. Why? Because they believe that they're entitled to something. They believe that the world owes them a living. They believe that the world owes them a fortune because of the misfortunes that they experienced by the past, by our forefathers, by our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and all of that. But guess what, dude? It happened. It happened. And the most important thing is that it's the response that matters, right? You cannot create wealth by striking for more. You cannot create wealth by burning down schools. You cannot create wealth by burning down your own infrastructure. The only way to create wealth is by taking responsibility, right? Which is the opposite of entitlement. Taking responsibility that, okay, it happened. The past had a lot of misfortunes in it. A lot of things happened. A lot of bad things happened, which were very, very bad. But now I still have the power to create the kind of future I want. So what kind of service should I render for me to earn my worth? Right? A lot of people, a few weeks ago, I was on a phone call with a very smart guy, and he said to me, the average black child is born without anything, right? They're not born with inheritance. Things are not given to them on a silver platter. They don't have it all figured out and all of that. But then he said, but the black child has a chalk to write down their figures. How often do you find a black child who uses that chalk to write down the figures? Most of them write down their chalk to write down misfortune, to write down why they deserve more without paying the price. Right? I'm not saying that what happened to our grandparents was right. I'm not advocating it. But what I'm saying is, successful people are people who take 100% responsibility for their lives. 100% responsibility. Listen, you cannot be a successful victim. There is no such a thing as a successful victim, right? So things are going to happen to you. Life will knock you down. People will knock you between the eyes. The most important thing is your response. Life is a fight for territory. And it's the people who understand that we are in a fight for territory. And those who win because they think they can. Firstly, those who win because they believe they have whatever it takes to change their situation from where it is right now to get to where they come. There is no free lunch. There is no free lunch. Anything that comes for free, someone else is paying for. Anything that comes for free, someone else is paying for. Always know that, right? There is nothing for free in this world. We live in a world where if you want to be successful, you need to put in the work. Nobody owes you success. Nobody owes you a living. Nobody owes you a job. Nobody owes you education. Nobody owes you food. Right? Nobody owes you nothing. The world does not owe you nothing. The same sunshine shines on us all. The same rain or clouds rain on us all. Right? The purpose of the world is to provide day and night for you. We all have the same 24 hours. The dude who's experiencing misfortunes has the same 24 hours. He's given a fresh 24 hours each and every single day to redefine the odds, to redefine the story, to take the chalk of misfortune and say, listen, that happened, scratch that. The story starts to change with me. And it is up until that adult takes that decision. Success will not show up or knock on your door until this adult takes that decision. Right? That I am responsible for my life. I am responsible for what happens to me. I'm responsible for the good, responsible for the bad. I am liable for the kind of success I want. And if I believe that I deserve more, then I should go out there and become more. Become more. For everything you want to be in life, you need to take the time to first facilitate your mindset for the kind of success you want to have. Right? A person who says they want to be a doctor, right? They go to school, they facilitate, or in fact, they prepare their minds for 7 years after grade 12 of being an overachiever in their school marks, in preparation for them to become the kind of doctors they need to be. What happened to that? What happened to people who understand that for me to have the kind of success that I need to have, I need to first change me? The highest paying project there ever was is Project Self, Project Me. This success thing starts with you. Everything that you desire, you already have it already. But the thing is, you need to first put in the initiative that you owe you the kind of success you want. Right? Success is your duty, it's your responsibility, it's your obligation to yourself and your family. Right? Only you owe yourself the kind of the success you want to have. Only you can change your life. That's just it. The very same hands that were folded when poverty became a consequence have the same capacity to change your story into building an empire of great wealth or a river of great wealth. But this whole thing has to start with me. For things to change, I have to change. There's a saying, be, do, have. Right? You need to first become. You need to prepare yourself mentally for the kind of success you want to have. Right? Read the books, get the mentors, attend the classes, listen to the podcasts, right? Invest in your mind first in preparation for you to become the kind of success you want to have, right? But that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. There's a price, right? There's a price when it comes to your dreams, but you didn't put a price when it came to you going to study in school, for you to become some profession, for you to learn to work for another man, right? People pay student loans of 200,000, they raise money they don't have for them to learn to become economic slaves by having jobs. But when it comes to them being financially free for their own education, for them being financially free for things that would benefit them, for them learning about financial freedom so that they can have all the skills, for them to employ rather the graduates who went to school to work for you, then there's a price that's too much to pay. Now, raising 30,000 Rand is too much. For somebody who wants to learn to become a multimillionaire, investing 30,000 Rand becomes too much. It's too much a price to pay. Oh, really? Is it really too much? Or is it that you are lazy or you don't believe you are worth it. Let me tell you the truth of the matter is that whenever there's a price for you to pay for something of value and you try to negotiate the price, you forfeit your worth. You forfeit your chip towards having that success. In other words, what I'm trying to say, whenever you feel a price for success is too much to pay, it's not really the price that's too much to pay. You don't believe you deserve it. The bottom line is you don't believe you are worth it. Whenever you don't believe a price is worth paying, it's because you don't believe you are worth paying. You deserve it. You don't believe you deserve it. And whenever you feel like the price is too much, it boils down to the fact that you don't believe that you can do it. You don't believe that you can do it. If you needed to raise R1 million within 24 hours because someone you love very much was very ill, you would raise it. You have the potential. You have all that it takes to raise it. But people will not raise it. Why? Because their dreams are not important to them. The reason why people become successful, they succeed because success is important to them. Success is a must-have. And those who happen to find excuses don't succeed because it's not a must-have. I always say there's a difference between having an interest in something and being committed. When you are committed, you find a way. When you are only interested, you're just interested. Think about it. Think about that guy who chases a girl, right? Even women say this. If he's not consistent in pursuing you, girl, then he doesn't really like you. He's not really serious. If he's serious, he will pursue you. If he's serious, he'll find ways. He'll think creatively. He will do whatever it takes. He will be a whatever it takes guy to convince you that he's the man. But if he stops at one rejection, at one go, it's because he doesn't believe you are worth chasing. Men believe that when a woman is worth it, they will run after you. They'll do whatever it takes to keep you, to show you that you're valuable. But when you are not of value to them, they don't run after you. Same thing applies with their dreams. That was just an example. Could be a terrible example, but that's just an example, right? If you will not do whatever it takes to find your dreams, to make things happen, to make the phone calls, to go and knocking on doors, to make down proposals, to view properties, to meet people, to build strategic relationships, to listen to the audio tapes, to buy the mentorship courses, to buy the online courses, to buy the books, to travel, to buy the tickets, if you believe none of that is worth it, then you should go back to asking yourself as to, do I really believe in this thing that I want to do? Because when you believe in something that you really want to achieve, you pay the price, right? People pay over 200,000, 100,000 rand for student loans because they believe they are worth it. But when it comes to them being financially free, they want to question things. They want to say, no, I don't have it. It's too expensive. Dude, in school, you paid 200,000 rand to get a student loan. It was too expensive. You raised the money. You got the education. You got the tuition fee that you wanted, or the support that you wanted. And guess what? You got a degree. Now you got a job. Now you need to learn about financial freedom. Now there's a price to it. Now you want to pin the value. How much is it supposed to be? How much is it supposed to cost learning about financial freedom? When you learn to be an economic slave and it only costs 200,000, how much should it cost you for you to learn to have financial freedom? How much should it cost you for you to learn, for you to have the freedom of time and money to take care of yourself and your family? The freedom of time and money for you to travel the world. Freedom of time and money for you to support the kind of charities and trusts you believe in. Is there a price to that? Is there a price to that? Right? The freedom of time so that you can have the money to be able to go and support your kids on their first football match. And that's the kind of freedom. Is there a price to that? Right? working at your own time, doing things at your own pace, is there a price to that? Is there a price tag that you can put to that? Is there a price tag can you put value in the skills and the knowledge, the lessons that that will help you have the kind of life you always wanted to have? Is there a price to that, to learning those skills and the knowledge that will help you be financially free? What's the price tag? Right? So that's why I always say, people who grew up at home or in their homes with them not being taught about the value of a rand end up growing up believing that they're entitled to things. Entitled to free houses. Today, it's people my age, dude, who want RDP houses. It's people my age. People my age. You know nothing about apartheid. You know nothing about, persecution for being black. It's people my age. You're living in a country with over 60 financial institutions that are there to help you have property. There are so many opportunities in this country, but guess what? People who are entitled always want to get things without putting the sweat equity to have them. Right? Because the world owes them a living. Right? They are the kind who need to get things because they are black. They are the kind who need to get things because they experience so much misfortune. Right? This entitlement thing goes so far that you blame people even when you have no reason to blame. 25 years, over 25 years of democracy, and people still want to talk about apartheid. Even people like me who don't know apartheid want to talk about apartheid. We know that it was severe. We know that the works of apartheid were bad and terrible and destroyed a lot of things. But however, you can't still go around in life, behaving like, I don't want to call it, but you don't want to go around crying entitlement. They did this to me. They did this to me. There is no successful victim. Every person who succeeded because they took responsibility of the affairs of their lives and decided that, you know what, I have the power to direct and to decide and to make a choice and direct my life to whatever ends I desire. Another meaning for the word decide is to cut off from. After deciding, you need to cut off from all the things, all the thoughts, all the things that you were taught before about you being owed the kind of success you desire. You need to revisit all of that and cut off from all those ideas and adopt new ideas that can help you have the kind of success you want to have. So why do we read books every night? Why do we read chapters? Why do we listen to podcasts every day? Because we are rewiring our minds for the kind of success we want to have. So this entitlement thing has to come to a point where every adult has to put it upon themselves to teach their children that the world owes you nothing. You owe you the kind of success you want to have. Right? You deserve better. The kind of life you want to have is out there. It's out there, folks. And the thing is, it's up to you to do whatever it takes to get there. Right? That's the demands of success. Everything in life has a demand. Pay the price. Do what is necessary for you to have the kind of success you want to have. I'm going to stop there for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Love you guys. I'll be looking forward to hearing your comments. Take care. Ciao.